What up, world? It's your boy Amp Dog with another episode of Politickin. Want to thank everybody for tuning in, showing your love, and make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button and tell a friend to tell a friend. Big Amp Dog said, "What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal?" And today we got to talk about former NBA player and assistant coach Damon Jones. He's been accused of tipping off sports bettors with leaked insider information. He's also a part of the illegal gambling investigation. So he's a part of two different FBI investigations that got something to do with the sport that he come from, that he, made a pretty good amount of money, to where you wouldn't really think that these dudes would be doing this kind of stuff. Is it greed? We done seen a bunch of those previous NBA players and sports players that been arrested for the frauding of the insurance and things like that. Like Big Baby Davis, I think he's about to be getting out soon, But Damon Jones is a, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's, like I said, if it's a greed thing or just not knowing how to properly, save your money and things like that. But this dude has been basically linked to some crazy stuff. Let's get into it. So Jones was arrested, and he's 49 years old, by the way. He was arrested on October 23rd. He has since made bail. They called the investigation Operation Nothing But Net, which accuses Jones of feeding confidential information about NBA games, teams, players to sports gamblers in a corruption scheme branded the most brazen by the U.S. attorney. The other operation that they got, the other investigation that they got is called Operation Royal Flush. It involves a probe into rigged poker games allegedly orchestrated by the mafia, which claimed to have used former professional athletes like Jones and Chauncey Billups as face cards to lure victims to the table. And in that scheme, that's a whole nother type of thing. Bro, you would have thought it was all AI. These dudes got X-ray glasses. They got tables that talk, all kind of stuff. I don't know if they got tables that talk. I'm just saying. That's how crazy this type of stuff was. You know what I'm saying? It's like definitely some new age AI technology going on. But yeah, so they saying back in 2019, a man named Scott Kerr accused Jones of owing him money. And he filed a civil complaint seeking monetary relief of $100,000 or less. The filing claimed that Jones owed Kerr $10,000 in money that he borrowed. That sum along with $4,000 loan fee, so about $14,000 total. August 28th, 2017, Jones still had failed to settle his debt. He is said to have listed his 2016 NBA championship ring, which he won as a member of the Cavaliers coaching staff. And it's crazy because that ring is pretty historical, to where I would hate to have that in my possession and earn it, and then because of my gambling habits or my addictions, have to give it up as collateral. You know what I'm saying? Because that thing could be way worth more than that $14,000 that you owe this dude. But so he tried to use that as collateral to secure the loan from Kerr. However, he also failed to provide the ring. So he's just a scam artist. He's a scammer, allegedly. Has contacted Jones' lawyer for comment, but did not immediately receive a response. The NBA journeyman has been wrestling with his finances since at least 2013, when he first filed for bankruptcy. So he already filed for bankruptcy and all that. He filed again 2 years later, and this time reported $500,000 to $1 million in liabilities, and claimed to have assets in the range of $1,000 to $500,000. Records from the case showed that Jones owed around $640,000 to creditors and $47,000 to Bellagio hotels and casinos for a breach of contract or confession of judgment. It is unclear if that case has been resolved. And now we move a decade later. This dude is still in the same type of situation, playing the same type of games. He's being sued in 2023 by a property management company that attempted to evict him from his Houston apartment for owing an estimated $5,600. Jones failed to show in court, and the company ultimately dismissed the case, but 2 months later, it issued another eviction notice against the former NBA player that said he owed him $11,000 in back rent. Why would you drop the case? Why would you dismiss that? That doesn't make sense. You're gonna dismiss the case? That doesn't make sense. But that's their business. After Jones once again failed to appear in court, the judge issued a default judgment in favor of the company. As a result, the company was granted possession of the apartment, and Jones was hit with a monetary judgment of $11,240, records show. When the court tried to mail Jones a copy of the default judgment, the notice was reportedly returned due to insufficient address. So now he ain't got nowhere that he got listed as an actual property that he lives, you know. Her and the company were not the only ones who have been owed money by Jones over the past 12 years. Between October 2023 and November 2024, three other men filed complaints against him, claiming that he had failed to repay them thousands of dollars. This dude right here, one of the guys that came out that loaned the money, this situation is just crazy. This really shows the type of issues or the problem or just the severity of this gambling addiction or just these financial woes that these guys, I don't know, living above your means or whatever, I don't know, but Jones basically had agreed in writing to pay this dude $20,000 in return for a $4,500 loan. So you give me $4,500, bro. Give me the 45. I got you, homie. I'm gonna give you $20,000 for the 4,500. That sound about fiendish as I don't know what. That's definitely some fiend type stuff. Allegedly, I don't know. This could be. This is all allegations, so allegedly, but that is crazy. They got you looking bad, Damon Jones. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Hooper also alleged that he and Jones share a mutual friend who was searching for a job in the NBA. He claimed that Jones put the friend in touch with LeBron James for a phone interview. However, the friend was unsuccessful in landing a job, and the Los Angeles Lakers star reportedly didn't appreciate Jones trading on his name. So there we have it. Everybody saying, "Oh, LeBron James, LeBron James." His name keep coming up throughout this whole thing, but I believe that is because of the relationship that he has um, previously with Damon Jones, from being a teammate to him being on LeBron's coaching, being on the coaching staff for the team that LeBron played for. Which I ain't mad at Bron. Like, yeah, man, why you got him calling my name like I can get him a job in the NBA? Like, bro, I'm a player. You feel me? But it is unclear when the phone interview took place, but Jones was reportedly close to James throughout the 2022-23 season, which granted him access to the Lakers team and facilities. In the federal indictment unsealed by the FBI, Jones allegedly discovered that player 3, who they assume or allege to be LeBron James, would be ruled out of a February 23 game against the Milwaukee Bucks before the information had been made public. Prosecutors allege that Jones told an unnamed co-conspirator, which means if they got that information, there's definitely somebody telling. I don't want to hear about the whole Gilbert Arenas thing. Gilbert Arenas on a whole different type of case, and also Gilbert Arenas, he was saying he was gonna tell about the situation he got going on. Everybody don't like everybody, you know how the internet goes. You know, he come out clowning and all that, so everybody instantly, oh, he's the reason why. Nah, I tell you who I believe is the real person that spilled the beans on everybody. It's that dude Porter. Porter was what, maybe last year or the year before, he ended up getting banned, a lifetime ban from the NBA after they ended up finding out that he was doing the same type of stuff, trying to throw games and all this kind of stuff, sports betting, insider information and all that. Um, it's no coincidence, no coinky dink to me that this is the reason why all of this stuff has really formed into they got the information that they need, because even in some of the things that they spoke about as far as the muscle that the mafia would have, it spoke about how the one person, Porter, would be basically, they'll try to do what the mob do. You know what we done seen in all the movies, the Costa Nostra and how they move. Like, they gonna come put a hand on your shoulder real quick and get you back in line. And so the fact that they got that kind of information lets me know that he was the first one that they caught on it, and then they ended up doing an investigation, and then he probably like, hey man, look, I can give y'all some information to, just help me out. And I think that that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? But this is all alleged. This is just me outside looking in, just reading different articles and blogs. You know what I'm saying? But James had told an unnamed co-conspirator to bet on the Bucks to win because the player would be sidelined. The player had not yet appeared on the injury report, so that's what they got him for as far as sliding insider information. And I do believe these dudes, all of them, gonna take a plea. All of them gonna take a plea. I can't imagine them trying to fight this because y'all already don't got money from what it seemed like. Y'all don't got the money to fight with a good legal team to get yourself acquitted from anything. So I think they will end up taking plea deals, and it's all because me personally, I feel like because they got a lot of people that's talking. You know what I'm saying? Jones was arrested over the allegations as part of an FBI investigation into the sports betting conspiracy, which also saw Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier arrested on the similar accusations in the case. Now I will tell you, Terry Rozier, he was a current player, but if you go on TikTok, Instagram, anywhere, and just look up Terry Rozier throws game, and dude, he's a bad actor. He was good because he got the results. He made sure that he got his overs and unders where they needed to be so they can clock in some bread. But it was so obvious if you sat back and watched the game, and I could only imagine being a Miami Heat fan, like, dude, what is he doing? How is he on the court? You know what I'm saying? But in the separate but related indictment, Jones was named alongside Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups, with the pair accused of being involved in the mafia-led rigged poker ring, which saw victims allegedly frauded out of $7 million. They face charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering. Rozier and Billups have both issued denials throughout their respective attorneys, as they should. You know what I mean? Never go out without a fight. But yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think. I just think it's just crazy because to be able to get this type of, bro, it's a 1% chance of anybody getting into the NBA. You know what I'm saying? We see players that's on the NBA teams and be like, man, how he on the team? He weak, he sorry, but not realizing that dude was probably all state, wherever they come from. You know what I'm saying? Like, no bums are in the NBA. Let's just get that out there. No bums are in the NBA. But this, it just shows you that without the I guess the proper structure or the right financial mentality, you know what I mean, you could really come across hundreds of millions of dollars and be flat broke a couple years after retirement and things like that. And we see that a lot, but this just alarming to me because it just shows just how greedy these dudes are. You know how I guess want to keep up with the Joneses they are. No pun intended, Damon. But you know, it's just really baffling to me that these dudes is asking for $4,500 loans, promising to pay back $20,000 for that $4,500. And dude that loaned that $4,500, maybe he didn't all the way know that the dude was financially tight at that moment. But me personally, I'm not falling for the shenanigans. Ain't no way you, ex NBA player, a coach in the NBA, is gonna be coming to me with some crazy ass proposition like that. So you say I give you $4,500, you gonna give me $20,000, Damon? I'm gonna give you $20,000 for. I just need the money right, man. Hell no. Hell no, man. I ain't going for it. But y'all let me know what y'all think, bro. We gonna talk about Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, and everybody else that's involved. We gonna keep following up on this. But I seen this article and I was like, what the 4,500, and you gonna pay back 20K? Man, that seemed kind of smoky-ish, you know what I'm saying? But y'all go ahead and let me know what y'all think. As always, protect yourself, protect your family, and protect your peace. Peace. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy Amp Dog with another episode of Politickin. Want to thank everybody for tuning in, showing your love, and make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and tell a friend. Big Amp Dog said, what's the deal?